I came to Dhrangadhra, Gujarat, India for the first time in the summer of 2005. The trip was organized by my professor and mentor, Dr. Jayasinji Jhala, director of the Temple University Anthropology Media Lab. It's been 13 years since I've been back to India. Last year, when Dr. Jhala's older brother passed away, the title of Maharaja of Halvad Dhrangadhra passed to him. Dr. Jhala was coronated as the 47th Jaleshvar Maharaja of Halvad Dhrangadhra in December of 2017. When Dr. Jhala invited me to come to India in March, I jumped at the opportunity. I'm staying at his ancestral home, Jinjuwada Palace, along with 9 students from Temple University. My goal during this trip is to document, through photos and videos, the history of and contemporary meaning of the Jhala royal dynasty, I was full of excitement when my plane touched down in Gujarat, India, at 2 a.m. local time. The customs agent looked at my passport, checked for my Indian visa, and summarily stamped my passport. "Welcome to India," he said. The journey from Ahmedabad to Dhrangadhra took us 3 hours. We stopped midway and had a cup of chai tea at a little hotel and restaurant along the highway. It started to sink in. I'm in India. I arrived at Jinjuwada Palace at 5:30 a.m. I placed my bags down and began to settle in. I watched the sun rise over the palace gates. I've made it, I thought. Day 10. At the invitation of Dr. Jhala, I'm here in Gujarat, India, in the town of Dhrangadhra. This is my second time visiting Western India. The sun is hot, the food is spicy, the cows roam free, the spirit is high. I've been staying on the grounds of Jinjuwada Palace for most of the day. Every evening around 6 p.m., some of the men on staff here at the palace gather for a game of cricket. I took a turn at the bat yesterday and hit a few good runs before the bowler hit the wickets. As we were playing cricket, a herd of cattle came sauntering by. There are several men here visiting from out of town to talk with Dr. Jhala about ecology and environmental development, among other subjects. One of them was a deputy to the Raj of Baroda, a large city in Gujarat, south of here. I talked to a man from Bangalore at length. His English was very good. He told me 6 of his family members live in the U.S. and work in the internet technology field. Despite the fact that 1 in 3 Indians speak English, there is still a tremendous language barrier to overcome a lot of the time. Among the palace staff, Gujarati is the primary language. I'm doing my best to pick up a few words and phrases in Gujarati, but the language divide is still firmly in place. Tomorrow evening, we're going to a function at the Halvad Citadel, a medieval palace structure in Dhrangadhra's sister city, about a half-hour drive away. India is a large and diverse country. I regret that I won't be able to cover more ground, but that's okay. My business is here in Gujarat this time around. Dr. Jhala and I worked together for several hours yesterday on a new book project. We're making a book of Indian miniature paintings depicting the family history and royal dynasty of Halvad Dhrangadhra. The book's title is Royal Jaleshwar Paintings of the Floating Desert. So, now that you're the Raj of Dhrangadhra, can I have a title? I asked Dr. Jhala. You can have any title you like, said Dr. Jhala. I want to be a knight, I said. You can be head minister, he said with a smile. Surely just kidding. Day 13. I've walked with shepherds, handled cobras with snake charmers, and worshipped with shamans. I've danced to Indian music. I've stretched out with yoga and eaten an Ayurvedic diet. Coming to India has been good for me, mind, body, and soul. I feel like I've been able to reset and recenter myself on this, my second trip to India. My life over the past 7 years has been trying at times. But this is it. My 7 year of bad luck comes to an end with this trip. Earlier today, I was talking with one of Dr. Jhala's assistants. She and I discussed our shared belief in past lives. Who was I? Where did I live? What did I do? The Sanskrit word for the process of death and rebirth is samsara. Perhaps I was a shepherd in a past life, like my forefathers before me. Or maybe I was a sailor, out to discover new lands. I've always had a penchant for exploration and travel. Maybe I was a snake charmer, toting a cobra in a wicker basket. Day 18. Sauji Nath, the snake charmer, came all the way from Ahmedabad to Dhrangadhra to see me today. He performed a snake charmer's show, replete with magic tricks, for everyone assembled at the palace. It seems like Sauji Nath, a member of the Madari clan, has fallen on hard times. Since the last time I was in India, the government is now cracking down on wildlife laws. It's no longer possible for Sauji to own a king cobra snake. He performed his act using 2 baby snakes that were non-poisonous. To make matters worse, Sauji, who has been making money as a day laborer in Ahmedabad, was in a car accident and severely damaged his leg and his shoulder. He walked with a limp on crutches. I gave Sauji a photo album I printed for him with pictures of him, his father, and his family. I could tell he really appreciated the gift because he pointed out photos of his father, Popat Nath, who has passed away. It seems like Sauji will just have to change his occupation, as today's India no longer permits snake charmers from handling poisonous snakes. Day 21. I've been in India for 3 weeks now. In the 13 years since I've been here, a lot has changed, but a lot has stayed the same. Indians have embraced the smartphone era in a big way. The cellular phone network here runs on 3G technology, a generation behind America, where our cell networks all run on 4G networks. Water is still a very scarce resource in India, and Dhrangadhra is a dusty town in the desert. The heat in the midday sun is so staggering, reaching temperatures like the Mojave Desert or Arizona Desert. The electrical network seems to be a bit better this time around. Although they have still planned outages, a blackout occurs every Thursday morning, but it's planned. Rolling outages that are planned. Sanitation is still poor in my view. Open sewers run in the gutters that line the streets. In the midday heat, the stench from the sewers creates a foul smell. Despite the heat, the lack of sanitation, and the lack of perfect power infrastructure, I still find this place inspiring. India holds a place in the American imagination as a far-off and exotic place. The women wear brightly colored clothes, the men dress in traditional knee-length shirts, and the entire place is generally very colorful. Hindu temples and shrines abound, each devoted to a different deity. They say there are over 300 million gods in the Hindu universe. I've photographed many statues and icons of the gods while here. With 1 more week left on my trip, I feel like I'm going to miss this place. I told some of the students on the Temple University study abroad trip that while it might sound corny, and as brief as our trip may be, everyone who travels here brings home a piece of India with them. India leaves an indelible mark on everyone from abroad who comes here.